Good. It's still early, It's don't feel like fall yet for sure, but it was good to get back out here and get to work. It's fun getting everybody going. We got a lot of new faces out here and making sure that they get kind of, integrated into our team and doing some of those things. So we're really excited to be back out. Still a little early to tell what we're going to be, but it is good to be back outside.
Mm-hmm. Just as the coordinator, how much with those new faces do you leave kind of the position coaches to do their evaluating, how do you kind of approach that with them?
Well, I think we do a great job. Coach Lashley talks about team all the time, and he's got a very team-oriented staff and a very team-oriented offensive staff and team, just the way we do everything. So it's, yes, we leave it to the expertise of these guys that know what it is specifically that they're looking for within the application to this offense and what it is that we need done. And they do a great job of that. Now, obviously, I spent a lot of years evaluating players, so getting in there and being able to discuss healthy where they can and can't provide for our team and where we can best use them. And so it's kind of a team effort. So.
What's kind of the plan with the quarterbacks? Of course, Tanner and Preston, challenging for the job, but you've got Kevin Henry Jennings now in there. It seemed like he was working with some of the newcomers. Is there a plan to kind of...
It's been great. So I tell you, we did this 2-spot deal for practice for the first time this year, and so we're getting a ton of reps, which is really exciting, and so obviously we feel great about our top 2 guys, Tanner and Preston, and everything that they're doing, and what's going on. Bringing Kevin into the fold and just letting him get these reps are just invaluable at this point in fall camp. We won't be able to do this once we kind of transition to having to win games here in the next week or two. It'll kind of narrow itself down, and we have to do what we got to do from that standpoint. But right now, this 2-spot deal is really working great. It's giving a great opportunity to get tons of reps for our guys. And we got some extra film to watch, which is always fun. We enjoy doing that, and gives us an opportunity to get the 2-spot allows guys that ordinarily would just show up and stand over there and get a rep or two to go. Now the pressure's on them. They got to know what's going on, and they got to, these reps will be invaluable in the development of Kevin, we hope. So.
Do you have a kind of a timeline in mind of when you would like to maybe not name a starter, but say to the guys, all right, we're going to roll with this guy in
I don't
practice?
think that Coach Lashley's not really talked about a timeline. It's all about when we know, and I think when we know, it could be this afternoon, it could be 3 weeks from now, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that once we're settled on what we want to do and the direction that we want to see this offense going, then I think that we'll start making some of those decisions. Right now, it's a competition for everybody. Obviously, with all these new faces in here, there's an element of competition that's probably there's more investment in some of these positions that we'd have to wait on seeing who can contribute to our team and who can't, than ordinarily, just because of the number of new faces that have played college football before, and so making sure we work that out and get everybody in the right place to help us win.
On that note, aside from quarterbacks, there's a lot of depth and it looks like there is a lot of competition. How important is this first week with the new infusion of talent that you got via the transfer portal? And how much of a unique challenge is it to try and find guys to be those ones, those twos, and kind of give them the reps and kind of get them ready for games?
Well, it's vital. It's incredibly vital. These guys have been here all summer, which is awesome, and our team's really done a great job of pulling them in and teaching them how we do things. But until you're out in the fight, you were out here today. We were all right, at best. Guys taking knees, just like, we getting transitioning from conditioning and weight room shape into football shapes is a big transition. So we got to get them out here and do that. And then we got to teach them how we do things. And there's little things about how we operate on a day-to-day basis from a practice standpoint and how that translates to a game. And they've got to get bought in and understand all those little nuances that it takes just to operate logistically within our offense, not only, running plays and using their skills to the best they can for that. So it's a fun challenge. It's unique. It's incredibly vital what we're doing out here. I think that's where the 2-spot gives us some added opportunity just to get more reps and make sure these guys, they got to know what's going on first before we can truly evaluate them in a competitive setting. And that's our job as coaches, to make sure they're prepared to do that. So.
What can R.J. Maryland bring in his freshman year to this offense?
Still out, don't know yet, right? Jury's out on that a little bit. He is incredibly talented kid. He's very, very athletic. You can see where he's most comfortable in the game when he gets out there and how he's operating. He's played a little bit of this position in high school, but not to the detail and depth I think that we're asking him to do now. Really excited about the future of RJ. He's done some investment this spring, this summer. Right, those first couple of weeks, he was just kind of wasn't sure where he'd end up, and then we by the end of the summer, he had really done a great job investing himself in learning what it was he's supposed to do, and all that's kind of on everybody that's new here, right? You can come here and say, boy, I'm going to be the greatest ever, but it kind of costs what it costs, right? So you can come in here and you can invest in what it is that you want to know and what you want to be, but there is a cost to that, right? And if you come in here and just say I'm going to do it, then you're going to find yourself watching and upset and disappointed again.
What have you seen from Kamar Wheaton so far? Obviously, elite talent.
Yeah, he's certainly a talented individual. We hate that he's not ready yet. He's still kind of in that transition phase from how we got him. So it's making sure as he builds up his body and make sure that he's in a competitive phase. Then I think that we'll know more and more. He flashes certainly, but we got a lot of guys that flash, and everybody's got to be in position to do more than flash, right? We're a 7-win team that wants to take it to a different level here, and so we got to make sure that we are not just flashes, that we're developed flashes. Now, speaking to that point, there's more flash here than there was at the end of spring, and you can always take that and mold it to help you out.
And with that, just what is the sense of urgency of really that evaluation process, picking those guys, then really getting them those reps that'll make them ready for game days?
It's as urgent as we can make it. We really challenged them yesterday, and it's kind of a unique time with school ending and getting everything. We didn't think the urgency was where it was supposed to be, and we really challenged them, and I thought they responded today to that, And we got here, we extended the practice a little longer today, so I think as they mentally understand the volume and everything that's going on with that, then they'll be able to come out here and perform their best. But yeah, we got to get them moving, and I think that there's some we have been able to get a ton of reps. We have been able to evaluate a lot from an athletic standpoint. Now they got to digest information, and it's going to start happening to them faster, and they got to buy into what it is that we're doing, and they got to do all the small things logistically that we're asking them to do, and then we'll have an opportunity, here in a couple days when we get out of underwear to play tackle football, and that generally separates the guys that you think are flashing from the guys that are going to contribute and help us win this fall.